Today there are 10 MLB games and I'm going to share a pick on each of them. That's right, in this video you will get 10 baseball picks. Along with each play, I will show you a screenshot of the best available odds. You may not get a line that's as good, but it serves as a reference point, alright? I'm Professor MJ, a 15-year university statistics teacher from Quebec City in Canada. Buckle up, I have a lot of insightful betting information for you. In the first game of the day, I like no run to be scored in the first inning of the Nationals versus Pirates game. On one side, you have one of the best pitchers in baseball, Paul Skeens. Granted, he is off to a slowish start. That included getting tagged for 5 runs in his last outing against the Cardinals. He seems to hate facing these divisional rivals because 3 of his 4 career defeats have come against St. Louis. However, I expect him to bounce back strongly. He could get rolling with more reps under his belt. Also, the Nationals don't have a high-powered attack. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's offense has been ice cold. They have scored 3 runs or fewer in 5 consecutive matches. During their 3-game series in Cincinnati, they put a grand total of 5 runs on the board. That's truly awful. I am aware that putting our faith in rookie Brad Lord is scary, but he still tossed 3 scoreless innings against a tough Dodgers lineup in his last appearance. So I think he will be fine handling the Pirates in the opening frame. In the Giants-Phillies game, what do I like from a betting perspective? After analyzing this matchup in great detail, my final call is to go with over 8.5 runs to be scored. I am not buying Taijuan Walker's hot start to the season. I know he has not allowed a single run in close to 11 innings of work, but I think he will falter tonight. Walker was incredibly bad last year by posting an awful 7.10 ERA. Sure, he will probably perform better this year, but he won't magically become great again. He was not spotless in his last start. Indeed, he needed 94 pitches to get through 4 2/3 innings. He left the game with the bases loaded, but he can thank Jose Ruiz for saving him some earned runs. The Giants have scored the 7th most runs in the league this year, and I could see them crushing Walker. Meanwhile, San Francisco will hand the ball to Landon Root. Can we trust the second-year man? The jury is still out about this question. His 3.50 ERA makes him look good, but a 1.50 whip stat is viewed as very bad, since the league average is 1.30. In other words, there has been a lot of traffic on the bases when he's been on the mound, but somehow he got away with it. But his success may not last forever. Tonight, I could see a total of 10 to 13 runs being scored in the Giants-Phillies game, so I will side with the over. My third MLB free pick for Monday, April 14 is the Boston Red Sox moneyline. Currently, Boston is an underdog whose best odds at the moment are plus 111 in American format, or 2.11 in decimal. Although it is only early in the season, the American League East division looks like it could be a race to the finish. Just 2.5 games separate the first place Blue Jays and last place Orioles. The pitching duel is an intriguing one. Taking the mound for the Red Sox will be Tanner Houck. After an impressive season in 2024, he has started 2025 a little shakily. In his first 3 games this season, he has an ERA of 4.41 and a very high 1.47 whip statistic. However, in his last start, he appeared to be regaining his confidence with an ultra-impressive performance against the Blue Jays. Indeed, he gave up just 1 earned run in 6 2/3 innings. Houck's opponent will be Shane Baz. He has been hurling extremely well, and this is evidenced by his 1.38 ERA and 1.04 whip stat. in his 2 prior starts this season. Furthermore, he has allowed just 2 earned runs in 13 innings this season. If Boston can stay close to the first 5 innings, they should have a great chance of pulling off a minor upset against the Rays. I think we hold a little bit of value with the positive odds here. Next, I am taking a road underdog, the Royals to win outright at Yankee Stadium. After starting the season with a 6-2 record, the Bronx Bombers have dropped 5 of their past 7 matches. To me, the pressure is on their shoulders against a super reliable pitcher, Seth Lugo. KC's starting pitcher has not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any of his 3 outings this year. His ERA has been pretty good in 4 straight years, and he's done even better on the road than at home in recent times. Since 2023, his away ERA stands at 3.02 versus 3.45 in front of his home fans. Meanwhile, why is Carlos Carrasco still in the big leagues? If you combine the 2023, 24, and 25 seasons, he has given up a total of 143 earned runs in 205 and 1/3 innings, which translates into a dreadful 6.27 ERA. He is like a batting practice pitcher. Given the positive odds we are getting here, and I know the Yankees lineup is scary, but I prefer to side with the Royals in this spot. Lugo's career ERA against New York is very solid, 2.55 in 14 appearances. In the Braves-Jays game, I like Grant Holmes to give up more than 2.5 earned runs in Toronto. The Jays bats are waking up. During their first 10 games of the season, they have scored an average of 3.5 runs per game. Since then, they have put an average of 4.7 runs on the board, a significant increase. Their confidence is shooting up. If you take a look at Holmes' ERA, you may be led to believe that he's done a fine job, but I believe he has been on the lucky side. After squandering 4 runs in 4 innings against the Dodgers, he blanked the Phillies in 4 frames. However, he was not efficient at all. In those 4 innings, he issued 4 walks and he needed 104 pitches to record those 12 outs. His command issues are a big red flag to me. You just cannot allow 8 walks in 9 innings of work. In the end, that will cost you. And I expect him to allow several runs at the Rogers Center tonight, so let's roll with Holmes over 2.5 earned runs. Let's move on to the 6th baseball game of the day featuring the Tigers and the Brewers. In this match, there is a player prop bet that caught my eye so much that I've included it as part of my daily premium predictions. Tyler Alexander, Milwaukee's starting pitcher, to record over 4.5 strikeouts. In other words, I am banking on the fact that he will rack up at least 5 punch-outs in this contest. First of all, the Tigers as a team have struck out the 5th most times in the big leagues this year. Indeed, their batters have been the victim of a strikeout on 148 occasions in 2025. Alexander has appeared in 4 games this year, but that only included 2 starts. In his first one, he obtained a total of 6 punch-outs against the Reds. Then he had a tough task of pitching at the hitter-friendly Coors Field. In that game, he finished with just 3 strikeouts. However, I am super confident that he will reach the 5 strikeout threshold tonight. He has a favorable matchup against Detroit, and he is squaring off with Tarik Skubal. I expect both starters to last for a while on the mound, which will give Alexander more opportunities to accumulate the Ks. The Mets travel to Minnesota for a 3-game series against the Twins. In game number 1, I am betting under 4.5 runs to be scored in the first 5 innings. I am seeing a low-scoring affair here. New York has seen 7 of its past 9 games go under the total. Incredibly enough, we've observed the same 7-2 record on the under across Minnesota's past 9 contests. Joe Ryan has been flawless this year, and he is coming off a stellar performance against Kansas City. Can you believe that he has not issued a single walk in 17 innings of work this year? That's fantastic. I am a bit more worried about Clay Holmes. Can he slow down Minnesota's offense during the first portion of the game? Well, you know what? I think he can. Holmes did not have his best stuff against the Marlins 6 days ago. But after giving up 2 runs in the initial frame, he did a fine job. He actually ended the game with 10 strikeouts. So I will think he will be just fine against the team that has scored the 7th fewest runs in the big leagues this year. Alright, 2 teams currently owning an identical 7-8 record are facing each other today. The Astros and the Cardinals. Which one will prevail? In my humble opinion, the home club, St. Louis, will get the W. That's why I am opting for the Cards moneyline here. We have 2 super solid starters projected to be on the mound, Framber Valdez and Sonny Gray. So far this year, Gray's ERA has been much higher than the one posted by Valdez, 4.50 versus 2.50. However, I think it's a bit misleading because Gray's whip stat has actually been better than his counterpart. If you have been following me, you know that I value this metric a lot more, as I believe it is a better indicator of future success. Gray has issued just 2 walks compared to 7 for Valdez. Also, St. Louis clearly has the edge in terms of offense. So far, they have scored 82 runs compared to just 60 for Houston. And the Cards are at home, where they currently own a superb 6-3 record. Give me St. Louis to win straight up in this spot. 2 of the best National League teams are squaring off against each other at 9:40 p.m. tonight. The Cubs and the Padres. What bet do I like in this matchup? I am betting no run to be scored in the first inning. The Cubs will hand the ball to Jameson Taillon. After a disastrous season opener, he has fared much better in his past 2 appearances by giving up a total of 5 runs in 12 innings. He was rock solid last year, as shown by his 3.27 ERA and 1.13 whip stat. So I am not too worried about him. Meanwhile, Dylan Cease must right the ship. His numbers have been poor, but given his great 2024 campaign and the fact that he accumulates strikeouts at a high rate, I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. I do believe he will bounce back with a good outing. He will be very focused on this match. For this reason, I don't believe we're going to see any runs on the board in the initial frame of the Cubs-Padres game. This is where my money goes. Today, we have a MLB pick that is backed by my most lucrative system called the Scoring Drought. How has this system fared so far this year? Yesterday, the system backed the Padres to defeat the Rockies. The Padres were easy victors, winning 6-0. Therefore, the Scoring Drought system has produced a win-loss record this year that stands at 7 wins and just 1 loss. The Rockies also feature in the Scoring Drought system in their matchup today with the Dodgers. Before we get into the matchup, let me give you a quick reminder of the rules. If the road team lost its past 2 games by scoring 2 runs or less in each of those defeats, and they have a money line greater than 2.5 in decimal odds, or plus 150 in American format, then bet against them. let's take a quick look at the Colorado Rockies. Firstly, they have lost their past 2 games without registering a run. Secondly, their odds for today's battle with their divisional rivals are much higher than plus 150. So, according to the rules, we must fade the Rockies, which explains the Dodgers selection. For this reason, I am officially taking the Dodgers to win straight up against Colorado. And I had no choice but to make it as one of my premium plays of the day. I know the odds are very small and therefore unexciting. I also hate betting such low odds except when the scoring drought betting angle speaks. We still picked up a ROI above 20% across the past 2+ years, so I'm not going to ignore this. It really looks like this system is picking its spots wisly. The Dodgers have been embarrassed in recent times. After an impressive start to the season, the Dodgers have experienced some very indifferent performances. After losing their 3-game series away to the Nationals, they returned home and had their pants pulled down by the Cubs. Not once, but twice. In fact, on Saturday night, the lads from Los Angeles experienced a 16-0 loss, which was their biggest loss in their history. And then last night they experienced another tough loss after being posted as very big pre-game favorites. The Dodgers will not allow themselves to be embarrassed again in such a short space of time, especially against a Rockies side that has not scored a run in their past 3 matchups, and just 5 runs in their past 6. I believe the Dodgers will seek revenge and return to their winning ways with a very big win in front of their home fans. If you prefer to go with the -1.5 run line, fine. Personally, I have been burned too many times, so I will go conservative and opt for the money line. That's it! You have one of my favorite bets in each of today's 10 MLB games. Just to be clear, I am not advocating to bet each game. I'm just sharing betting information with the hope of helping your decision-making process. If you want to take 3 of my tips, that's fine. You are the boss, and I'm here to serve and guide you in your MLB betting journey. However, as I said earlier, I am definitely betting the 2 premium plays involving Tyler Alexander and the Dodgers. Those are my 2 highest confidence predictions of the day for sure. I'm Professor MJ, subscribe to the best sports betting show on YouTube right now. And tomorrow, we will recap how those picks have done, along with providing you with more baseball betting picks. Have a great day, my friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to get a notification as soon as I release my daily plays.